struggling a little with picking up books lately because of my phone. I have picked out a book that I really, really want to read, and I have actually started it because I wanted to make sure that I was able to do this. So, the book we will be reading is Yumi and the Nightmare Painter by Brandon Sanderson. Now, this is a Cosmere novel, and it follows two perspectives as far as I understand. There is a town of darkness and night, and there is a town of light. And in the town of darkness, there are these people who are called nightmare painters, and these dark creatures lurk into the village at night. The nightmare painters have a specific job they do to get rid of these dark creatures. And on the other hand, we have Yumi, who is in, I would say, a village of sunshine and light. Yumi could be considered perhaps a goddess or a prodigy, and in this village they stack stones to call forth spirits and basically cause miracles or cures or solutions to any problem that somebody may have. And supposedly in this book, the two, I guess you could call them polar opposite villages, somehow connect and entwine. Like I said, I have started this book, but I'm only maybe like 40 pages in, so we're at the very beginning. But I also am working on a crochet project throughout this video that you will get updates on as we go. I'm making a shirt, a sweater shirt kind of vibe. So this is the colors that I have. It's actually a variegated yarn, so it naturally switches colors. And I've made half of the shirt plus a little bit, but I do want to keep working on it, so I will keep you updated with how we go. But let's get into the reading vlog. First lo-fi clip. We'll see how it goes, but I wanted to show you. I have been wanting an Owala water bottle for a long time, and I am not like a super hype person, whatever, but when I read, I like to have like some water with me, and I needed a cup that wouldn't spill when I'm sitting on the couch. All my water bottles, like I have this one here, which I don't know if I can show you it because I have personal stickers on it. It has a tendency to leak. There's actually like a crack in the lid, if you can see right there. And I've had it for quite a while. But I wanted to get one of these. I wanted to show you guys because I'm cleaning it right now. I'm gonna wash it, but I'll show you. So I got this. This like beautiful blue color. I actually went to a store the other day to find this exact water bottle, and it was $65, but that's Canadian dollars. But then I went to another tried and true store that always has discounts on water bottles for whatever reason, and I found it there for, I don't even remember, like $30 maybe a little bit more. But I was like, I wanted
want you. I've been thinking about you for a long time. You're coming home with me. So anyways, I'm very excited about this.
To show you, if you don't know, I'm a big plant nerd, and I've been working on a few of my plants recently, and I wanted to show you what I've done. So this is a philodendron, and it was growing so insanely tall, but I accidentally didn't water it once, and it did not like that and dropped a bunch of leaves. So I wanted to make it a bit bushier. So I literally chopped off the whole plant, and if you can tell, there's like baby leaves growing. Let me see if I can show you up closer. Okay, wait. Do you see? This is a new leaf, and it looks like it's just coming in, and the other leaves are just so stunning. But because I did that, I ended up attempting to propagate the rest of it that I cut off. So I have two different propagations in this pot, but the one is the philodendron, and this is what the leaves, the mature leaves, are supposed to look like. And then I did do the same thing with my fiddle leaf fig, because it was huge. If you've seen my shorts, you would know. So I cut the top off, and I'm also propagating that. They're in the same jar because I don't have too many glass jars to use. If you watched my ASMR Q&A, you would know that rubber plants are my favorite plants. And I'm also propagating this one. This one has the most beautiful leaves. Like, look at this. Just gorgeous coloring. So I'll keep you guys updated in potentially a future video with how that goes, but I just wanted to show you because it's kind of a hobby. So yeah.
This is just a random update because I realized that I'm filming a reading vlog and I better record this, but I am currently cleaning and I'm listening to The True Love Experiment by Christina Lauren on audiobook because I could take it up from my library. That is my current read. So far, I don't read romance that often, and it's just fulfilling everything that a normal romance is to me, so I'll keep you updated though.
Okay, hello. So I have a bit of a reading update. Like I said yesterday, I did start The True Love Experiment by Christina Lauren, I think. And I was just looking for something from the library that I could quickly dig out and listen as an audiobook. And I don't, like I said, typically listen to romance or read romance because supposedly, but apparently it's not necessary. You can start with this one. So, anyways, with saying that, I do feel like the world building in this novel is a little less than I had hoped, because the resolution that we're working towards doesn't feel like it needs to be done on, like, oh my gosh, it's the end of the world if it doesn't. It's like, yeah, they should probably fix this, you know? So, but I do wonder if maybe you read more of the Cosmere series or Cosmere universe, you would have more of an idea of that stuff. So, all that to say, I am really enjoying it, and I'm going to finish it, and I will let you know how it goes.
Hello, you guys. The fridge is on, and it just turned on, of course, while I sit down to film. But it's been a couple weeks since I last recorded for this video. That's the way my life is. But I'm just sitting down to read this book. I went to a local bookstore that sells really discounted books. So this book costed me $1. And I got it like maybe a couple months ago. And then all of a sudden I've been seeing it all over social media. So I thought maybe I should pick it up. I'm kind of intrigued. So I'm going to start reading this and I will keep you updated. A bit later, I'm on page 85, and I just thought I'd tell you about the book and what it contains. Basically, this book follows a woman who allegedly murders her husband because she was found at the scene of the crime. But as soon as the murder took place, she fell silent. She does not speak. She's an artist, and she painted a picture in between, I think, her trial and going to jail, or going to the mental asylum or whatever. And that's it. She has not talked since. And so the book is following a therapist named Theo, who, a psychotherapist who wants to try to crack her and get her to speak. So we're just kind of getting to know the therapist, the asylum that she's in, and yeah. But it's so far I'm really liking it. I think it's a really interesting read, and like I want to keep reading it, which is what I needed. I felt randomly inspired to pick it up, so that's what I'm doing, and I really like it. But we'll see how it goes.
My goodness. Hello, you guys. It has been far too long since I have even thought about this video or approached it. I think I overwhelmed myself with the overall product that I want for this video, that I stopped myself from doing anything at all. So we're gonna stop doing that, stop self-destructing, and just do our best. So I have lots to update you on, which I'm really excited about. First of all, I obviously have these pimple patches on my face. They're not just stickers, they are pimple patches. I can't wear makeup. If you've seen my updates, you'll know why, but I'm not going to go into it. So this is going to have to do. So I put those on, and we're going to call it a day on that. But lots of reading updates, so let's just go into it. First of all, the book You Me and the Nightmare Painter, which I did film a final thoughts about is fantasy novels, and I tend to like not even like heavy romance, but I do like a little bit of romance in fantasy. I think it adds like almost relief to the plot being really heavy. So, and I looked it up. Apparently, he's not a big romance writer in general. Like, typically his novels don't involve romance that much. So, yeah, so I did like the book overall. The twist at the end was really cool. Not super predictable, maybe a little predictable, but not super predictable. And I just liked the characters overall. I did quite enjoy it. So yeah, I do recommend it if you're looking for a fantasy novel and you want to read some Brandon Sanderson. Like I said previously, it is part of his Cosmere universe, and you can read different books as your starting book into the Cosmere, but all that, like, reading in a specific order does is allow you to have maybe some, like, little, what do you call it? Like little references, maybe, into the universe, but I don't feel like without reading a different book first that I missed out. You can definitely start with other books that would be more informative into this book, but I didn't notice anything that particularly was difficult for me to understand. So yeah, so I did finish that, and then adding on to that, I also finished The Silent Patient. The Silent Patient, which I don't think I rated yet, and I'm struggling with ratings lately because I used to just, if I liked a book, 5 stars, but you know, obviously there's more nuance to it. But I have read about the 5-star scale in general. I think it was John Green who wrote about how arbitrary the 5-star scale is, especially when it comes to rating books, but that's a tangent. So anyways, The Silent Patient, like I explained, the plot, it follows this woman who murders her husband, and then this psychotherapist who wants to work with her after she is, you know, deemed mentally ill. And I'm not going to say anything more about the plot because I don't want to give any spoilers at all, but I will say that the twist at the end I did guess, which for me dogs marks off of a book, because I really like when an author can make a twist so outlandish that I never guess it. So yeah, I would dog marks for knowing what was about to happen. And you might not, if you read it, you might not get the twist, but I did. So yeah, I think I would give it, like, if I rated it, maybe like a 4-star, because I did actually quite enjoy the book and I couldn't put it down. Like, I read it all in one day kind of thing. So for me, that's a good book. So I recommend it. My stomach is gurgling. Gosh. As far as the True Love Experiment goes, I have not finished that. I am maybe halfway through, maybe a bit less. I gotta see if I even still have it from the library, but I think I will maybe listen to that audiobook a bit more. ASMR with a granola bar. I don't know why my stomach is growling so much, but I need to eat something or it's gonna keep bothering us. So I did just want to say a few things about my crochet projects. When I started this vlog, it was winter, as you saw from the clips of me walking outside with Holly. It's no longer freezing cold outside, so my motivation for making this sweater has drastically dropped off. I did finish Nemo's toque. I'll go get it and I'll show you what I made, okay? This is the toque I made for him. It's a houndstooth toque, and he loves it so much. It's a little big. I think I need to wash it and get it to shrink a bit, but he does love it. So, yeah. The next subject that we need to address is my plans. So, because it's been a few weeks since I have last updated you, I have some updates. rescue because if you can see, like this leaf has a cut in it, and then there's some damage on this leaf as well. So I'm hoping that this new leaf will be beautiful, stunning, gorgeous. Really looking forward to seeing what it looks like. And then just yesterday, I repotted this philodendron silver sword because it was in too big of a pot, because I ended up cutting off the entire huge stem that was attached to it, just to give these little plants, you know, more of a chance to take their space. But this is what it's looking like so far. Next, I have some updates on my propagations that I started in, I believe, February. So this is the rubber plant that I ended up chopping off. I don't know if I mentioned it, but the plant was like really leaning this way. So I chopped off the top of it, propagated it, and then I've already got all of this new growth coming in. Hopefully you can see that. I don't know. So really looking forward to seeing what happens with this plant. It's still leaning, obviously, because I didn't cut it far enough down, and I'm not sure what to do about that. I know that rubber plants grow towards the sunlight, so if I face it away from the sun, maybe it'll start going that way. We'll see. But I do also have my cuttings that I want to show you. So let's start with the rubber plant. So this is the rubber plant. I need to go to the store and get some fly traps because one of my rubber plants has fungus gnats, which is so annoying. It's not super detrimental to the plant's health, it's just annoying. So I'm just gonna get some fly traps and hopefully they'll catch them all. But so this is the rubber plant. It has some roots, if you can see that. I hope you can see that. It has some roots, so I'm just letting them grow a little bit more. I should probably change the water today. And then once they grow more, I'll obviously plant it in soil. But then I do also have my fiddly fig and my philodendron silver sword propagations. So little updates. My fiddly fig is looking really good. I've got some, oh, I'm just gonna drip. There we go. I've got some roots going on here. It's actually got a pretty nice root system that's coming out, which is so amazing how plants do that. But anyways, some of you requested that instead of overlaid music, I do triggers. So I thought that a close-up whisper about the plants I'm working on would do well. Ollie is sleeping in the background if you hear any little movements. I tried to kick him out, but he came right back, so we're stuck with him. But I decided to do some liquid plant food today because I really would like to fertilize my plants to get bigger foliage. The birds are saying hello as well. But yes, so this is a philodendron gloriosum. The philodendron gloriosum is native to the dense rainforests of Colombia. It is classified as a terrestrial plant because its rhizomes grow underground and it crawls along the ground. In its natural habitat, it can reach a height of 90 centimeters. This plant is the philodendron silver sword. It's named after its striking silvery blue leaves and a sword-like shape. It originates in the tropical rainforest of Brazil and can grow to 10 to 15 feet even indoors if given the proper conditions. This is an alocasia silver dragon. It is native to Southeast Asia. It tends to remain under 0.5 meters in height. It is also aptly named by the foliage that resembles dragon scales. The next plant is the Ficus elastica, or rubber plant, also known as one of my favorite plants. It is native to eastern parts of Southeast Asia and can grow to an impressive 100 feet in its natural habitat. It is known for its ability to produce a milky white latex, which is a natural source of rubber. And these are not going to be fun facts, but I did want to show you my propagations that I showed you earlier. So, little update, my rubber plant is still doing well. I just had to change the water, and the root system on my fiddly fig is going crazy, so I'm really excited about that. I did end up having to get rid of the single leaf in my silver sword because it's just not doing well, but my double stemmed silver sword has grown roots. I hope you enjoyed these plant fun facts, and I will let the music take the rest of this clip away.
Okay, excuse the appearance. I just woke up, been doing my plant chores. But I wanted to show, I had to get these sticky strips because I have fungus gnats. For the first time ever, I've had, I haven't had any insects on any of my plants, and now I have fungus gnats, so they're in my rubber plants mostly. So I'm gonna take these and I'm gonna cut them into little strips and then put them in the pot with the rubber plants and around them. So that way, hopefully I can catch these suckers, because they're not actually detrimental to the plant health, but they are annoying. They're kind of like fruit flies. In fact, they might be the same thing as fruit flies. I have not checked, but they look like fruit flies. So I'm gonna do that and I'll show you. Look at my eyes. I feel scary. I ain't never seen two pretty best friends. It's always one of them gotta be ugly. Okay, that's enough.